parents will know that doing it for your children will never teach them anything. You've got to push them on the bike and you let them go and they'll start riding the bike, right? And it's the same at work. Making the transition from doing to leading others to doing is really hard, especially when you're technically very competent. Probably not a problem I had, I don't know. But if you're technically very competent, letting go and having someone else do the job, and they may not do it as well as you do, is a really, really hard thing to do. And it may take longer, may not do it as well, and it takes time to coach them, and they may get to be as good as you or better, or they may not. That's a really hard thing to do as a leader, to empower others to achieve. Because and the value obviously comes because it's not one person. You know, if you can sit there and work 100 hours a week and achieve an outcome, or you can empower 5 people to achieve 500%, or even if you empower 5 people to achieve 450%, it's still significantly more than your 100%. So that's a big one, you know, delegation or whatever you want to call it. But it's that trust in your teams to actually get there. And it takes investment of your time, coaching, the kind of resisting the desire to jump in and do for them. You know, those of us that are parents will know that doing it for your children will never teach them anything. You've got to push them on the bike and you let them go and they'll start riding the bike, right? And it's the same at work. So that's a big one. And the second one is, for me, was always been making sure your team understand, probably as part of that process, that you've got their back. And that their mistake is your mistake, you own it. Because their output is your output. My team here have a bit of a joke. A couple of members of my team here say I'm the least useful person in the business because I don't do anything of use. Use being interacting with clients, delivering engineering solutions, whatever, you know. And I say, well, yeah, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the fact that I can enable 60 other people, 65 other people to achieve their outcomes, right? That's my job. And if actually I'm ever doing your job for you, then it's not a good thing. And so having the team recognize that you've got their back and that they can make mistakes in the process of learning is a really powerful thing as a new leader. And that you know you have to keep owning the outcome, even if you've delegated the task. Those are I could go on. those are a good couple of first steps that you have to take as a leader to get out of your comfort zone of doing.
Wow, yeah, that really resonates with me as well, Daniel. And one of the other things that you mentioned in there around how you don't do anything as you step into a new leadership role, you're still on the tools, you're still doing stuff, but less, and part of what you get done is through other people. But as you move further and further up the leadership path, through the levels, then ultimately you end up at a point where doing stuff actually holds you back and holds the organization back, holds your team back. And to recognize that going into a leadership role, that ultimately you're not going to be on the tools, is something that if you want to stay on the tools, perhaps leadership isn't the right path for you.